Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please ensure to like, share, and subscribe. And also click the bell notification in the top right-hand corner to be made aware anytime I upload tutorials or videos to YouTube. All right, let's craft together. Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to sublimate onto a 100% cotton t-shirt using flock vinyl. I got this flock vinyl from Aviva Warehouse here in Dallas, Texas, but they are online and I will put their information in the description. And then I'm going to be using this Atlanta Falcons image here. So I'm making this shirt for my grandson. And so what you want to do is the first thing is you want to upload your image. Now, because this is going to be a print then cut, you cannot exceed 6.75 by 9.25 within Cricut Design Space. You could take it into like Microsoft PowerPoint, make it as large as you want. But I'm just going to go ahead and stick with the size requirements here in Cricut Design Space. So I've blown it up to the maximum here. Okay. And we're going to go back and lock that back. So again, you would just go and you would unlock your proportions if you wanted to size this to the max of 6.75 by 9.25, but always look at your image and make sure it doesn't look like it's not proportioned correctly. Okay, so I'll give you an example. If I were to take this and do it like that, that's not proportioned. Okay, so it's going to be obvious to you that it is not proportioned like it's supposed to be, like it's going to look misfigured. Okay, so I'm going to put this back on 6.75 and 9.25. I gotta learn how to type in 9.25 and move that out of my way. Okay, so I got my size back, 6.75, 9.25, and then I have my my flock vinyl that's going to be behind my image. I have it just a tiny bit larger, and I can than my actual image. And that's because when you heat press vinyl, it shrinks just a little bit. So this will allow for a little bit of shrinkage and just a little bit of border around it. So I think that white, because I'm going to put this on a red t-shirt, so I think that little bit of white around there will set this off on a red t-shirt. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And so just to get the shape, I just went to shapes and brought in, excuse me, and actually brought in a square. And then I just put the square, sized it the way I wanted it, brought my image in to take a look at how it would look, and we're good to go. Okay. All right, now the flock vinyl, you're going to mirror both of these. And the reason I say that is because you don't want to get in the habit of, well, should I mirror this one and don't mirror that one? No, you just want to mirror, period. You're working with HTV, it requires you to mirror. So just mirror your images, both of them. And then we're going to use a lint roller and get any lint or any little particles off of our t-shirt. Always highly recommend it when you're doing sublimation. And then you want to, after you get off any lint and any additional particles that may be on your garment, then you want to take and you want to heat press your flock vinyl. I'm going to be heat pressing this at about, let's see what I do last time. I'm going to do it at about 320 for about 8 to 12 seconds. 320 for about 8 to 12 seconds. That's about 160 Celsius if you use Celsius, but it's 320 degrees here in the US. And then I'm going to be heat pressing that for about 8 to 12 minutes. That's just to get the flock vinyl adhered to the garment, to the t-shirt. After I get that adhered, then I'm going to take my image, put it on top, get it lined up as center as possible, and then I'm going to heat press that at 375 for 60 seconds. Okay. And this will be laying face down. This will be laying face down on top of our flock vinyl. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. So I'm going to click on Make It. And what you're going to see here is you're going to see two mats per se. So you have your print thin cut. You want to go ahead and select mirror, and then go ahead and click on your flock vinyl, and you're going to also choose mirror. There we go. So we now have them both mirrored. We're going to go back to the print then cut, and we're going to go ahead and send this image to the printer. Okay. So I'm just going to, now that we have everything mirrored, I'm going to go ahead and click on continue in the bottom right corner. And I'm going to choose send to printer. We're going to go ahead and get the image out of the way. I'm going to remove that bleed, and I'm going to use the print information from my printer. And I always have to make sure I have the right printer because I have two printers connected. So I like to get the best quality as possible. And I think I got everything else. Paper cassette 1. We're going to hit OK and print. All right, so we're going to get that printed out. We're going to have our Cricut Maker to cut out the flock vinyl for us. And since that's just a matter of going in and telling it to cut, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump over where you can see me from here. All right, guys, I'm going to tell you a really funny something, okay? So today I decided to make my grandson Jamarius an Atlanta Falcons t-shirt. Atlanta Falcons is a football team. I don't know what team this is. So I'm just going to use it as a night shirt. Y'all pray for me. I don't like sports. Know nothing about them. And I haven't lived in Atlanta since 2003. So I sent the shirt. I thought I had did something because it was the colors were popping and everything. And I sent the picture to my son. He was like, "No, Ma." Okay, so this is the flock vinyl that I got from Aviva Warehouse here in Dallas. It's a vinyl shop. And so the shiny side will be laying down on the mat. The matte side will be facing you. And my mat is really, really sticky. So any little part of this that hits the mat, it sticks. You know, there are times when we're like really super happy when our mat is really sticky, and other times we're like, will you please stop? Oh God. Okay. So all I'm doing is just lining up, and I could go ahead and cut this in half. Cut this in half because it's not gonna take all of this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna cut it so that I don't have to be bothered with the excess. So give me 1 second here. Let me see if I can get this to cut for me. So I'm gonna fold it in half like that and line it up. All right, it shouldn't be that. It shouldn't take a rocket scientist to do this part. That just means I need to be in a bed asleep. I need to be in a bed asleep, but for some reason I'm not sleepy, but I know as soon as it comes time for me to start working, I'm gonna get sleepy. So I already know what's going on. All right, so anyway, what I'm doing is just getting my flock vinyl all lined up and making sure that I just cut this long enough. And I did. Okay, so we're gonna take, this is going to be our background. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and have Cricut to cut out the size that I need. And that way it'll be nice and pretty. Because if I have to put it on this thing over here and cut it, it's going to be a mess. I'm going to tell you right now. So I'm just going to line this up. Again, shiny side goes face down. And the matte side is going to be facing you. I'm going to go ahead and place this in my cutting machine. And Cricut is going to be ready for it. So let me go ahead and click on that. And I just choose vinyl. It doesn't take a lot to cut this flock vinyl. Okay, that's cut. And now this is our image that we're going to be placing onto our t-shirt. Now, this black registration mark, this line, we're going to cut that away because we don't need it. Because we're not truly doing that kind of print then cut to where Cricut is going to cut this for us. If we needed Cricut to cut this for us and it was a print then cut, then Cricut would need that black line. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this down. And I'm going to be heat pressing this on a red t-shirt. That's why I wanted the little bit of white border from the flock vinyl. And for those that are new to sublimation, you cannot sublimate on 100% cotton without something protecting or something on top of the cotton. So when you sublimate, you need either 100% polyester or a polyester blend, with the polyester being the higher count if it's a blend. And then when you do that, so if you don't have a polyester or polyester blend and a high count polyester blend, then you will need to either, they have sprays that you can use. They have sprays that you can use to spray the cotton t-shirt to get it to do what you need it to do. And then they also have all types of vinyls that you can use. And so lately, a lot of crafters have been realizing that there's things that we can use besides glitter vinyls, Caesar glitter vinyl, to do these transfers. And so that's why you're probably seeing, I see a lot of the YouTube videos popping up, and that's probably why. So I've already shown how you sublimate on clear matte HTV. So if you want to take a look at that, that's another option besides using the flock vinyl. So I'm going to save that little piece. You know, we got to save everything. So what's going to happen is I'm going to lay this down on the t-shirt, and I'm going to press this at 320. I think I see it. Yep, 320 for 8 to 12 seconds. That's just to get this to adhere to the t-shirt. And then once I get that to adhere, I'm going to pull off the clear glossy side. And then I'm going to take my heat transfer and I'm going to center that on top of the block vinyl. And then I'm going to press this at 375 for 60 seconds. Okay, so when I finish, I will have achieved my goal, which is to sublimate on top of cotton. But the only reason I'm able to sublimate on cotton is because I'm using this flock vinyl. If I did not use the flock vinyl and I just sublimated on top of a 100% cotton t-shirt, number one, it's going to be very dull. The colors are not going to be vibrant. And number two, when I wash it, it's just going to wash out. Okay, so that's why that ink is not made, sublimation ink is not made to for cotton fabric. Okay, so now that I've explained the process to you, I'm going to go over to my heat press. I'm going to press this, and then I'm going to bring it back and let you see it. The only reason I can't, I'm not set up for you to be able to see it at the same time on the heat press is because my heat press, I'm using my smaller one in the kitchen because I had an incident with American Express, not American Express, FedEx with my large heat press. So I can't use that one. So what I'm going to do, that's why I'm giving you direct instructions. Lay this down, lay your flock vinyl down on your garment, wherever you want it. I'm going to center it, 3 fingers down and centered. And then I'm going to press this 320 for 8 to 12 seconds. I'm then going to pull up the carrier sheet and dispose of it. I'm then going to take my fabric transfer, lay it down on top of the flock vinyl, centered as best I can, and then I'm going to put some heat tape on here to hold it in place because you don't want it to move. If it moves, you're going to end up with like a ghosting, like a shadow effect, and it's gonna, like, if you were to be intoxicated and you're seeing blurred vision, that's kind of what your ghosting is. Okay, and you don't want that, so you want to use some heat tape to tape that down to the flock vinyl, and then we're going to put a piece of butcher paper on top of this, and then I'm going to heat press it at 375 for 60 seconds. Okay, so that's going to be the process. So once I get that done, then I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you what it's going to look like, and yeah, and we'll see if it works. Now this is my first time doing I've already did the clear matte HTV sublimation using cotton, 100% cotton. So now this is the sublimation on cotton using flock vinyl. I do highly recommend, wherever you get your flock vinyl from, is to inquire as to how long should you heat press it and for at what temperature, because different places will tell you different things. But I know for a fact that Aviva Warehouse, their flock vinyl is 320 for 8 to 12 seconds, and that's just to get it to adhere. Now, of course, if we were doing a true press, then it's a whole different story. So I'm going to go ahead and pause you here, and then I'm going to come back and show you what this will look like. Okay? One other thing I want to tell you right quick before I do the press is that it's best to use a lint roller on your t-shirt before you start the entire process. So you get your lint roller, you're just going to roll it over the area where you're going to be placing your sublimation, the flock vinyl, and that's because you don't want to get any little particles or um, lint or anything like that heat pressed into your sublimation. So use your lint roller first, and then put your flock vinyl down. Heat press it at 320, 8 to 12 seconds. Pull off the carrier sheet when you're done. Then take your image, lay it face down, and center it as best as possible onto the flock vinyl and heat press it at 375 for 60 seconds. All right? All right, I'll be back. All right, guys, so I just finished pressing it. We're gonna see what we got here. Oh, it turned out really nice. All right, there you have it. Atlanta Falcons got the right team this time. And it's still piping hot. But you can see how I lined it up, centered, but everything worked out. It was easy to peel off. Nothing stuck like some videos I have seen. And it feels really good on the t-shirt. I think if I were to do another one, I would probably do it in Microsoft PowerPoint so I can do bigger. You have the size restrictions in Cricut Design Space. So for me, I would want to go bigger. So I would do my flock vinyl shape. I would make it larger in Microsoft PowerPoint, and then I would print this larger. But it turned out really good. I don't think the colors are as vibrant as it would be on polyester,
But at least you have a way, if you don't have a polyester shirt and you really want to do I was about to say fabrication, sublimation, sublimation on a um, cotton shirt, then there you go. Okay.
All right, guys. So you got a chance to see a couple of images there, and then a little bit of the video with me doing the unveiling. You saw it peeled off really easy, no issues. So follow those steps. You can sublimate onto flock vinyl on a 100% cotton t-shirt, and you're still going to end up with kind of a matte, kind of a old-fashioned look to it, but it feels great. If your overall goal is just to be able to sublimate onto 100% cotton, then there you go. I gave you all the steps to follow. I don't think I missed anything. So, yeah, that's it. That is it right there. Okay. All right. So, guys, if you are currently subscribed to my YouTube channel, thank you guys so much for supporting me by subscribing to my YouTube channel. If you're seeing me for the first time and you like my method of teaching, then please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And then if you are currently one of the members of my Facebook group, Candoris's Cricut and Creative Crafters, thank you guys so much for following me on Facebook. If not, and you would like to join us, it is a private group. Just send me a Facebook group request. Not a page request, but a Facebook group request to Candoris's Cricut and Creative Crafters, and we would love to have you. All right. All right, guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. My motto is each one reach one so that each one can teach one. And if you guys know what team this is, chime in and let me know. It's going to be my sleep shirt because it's definitely not the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, I'm just dumb. Oh my God. Anyway, you guys have a great day. Bye.